Hello, YouTube Pipers. It's Double O Pipe here, aka Rick. I have my phone. Is that an 8044? And I'm going to fill it with something from the season. J.M. Boswell's Christmas Cookie. Man, that booger's on there tight. Oh, Lordy. All right. I've been smoking this particular pipe for a while now. It's been filled with Carter Hall for the last, I don't know, month, I guess. And I just thought I'd like to try something different in it. Some people seem to give one pipe a certain tobacco, and I wanted to see if that was what happens here, to try something different, see if maybe this pipe is one that should be just for Carter Hall. All right, I got it packed. Close it up and light it up. That's pretty good. We'll try that for a while, see if it stays lit. Cup of tea. Well, whoa, I was leaning back, and the back of my chair is further back than I thought. Oh well. Today is Thursday. The Thursday before the week of Christmas. That is further back than I thought. Back when I was a kid, I think it was Thursdays, the week before Christmas, that as students we used to get out of school half a day on Thursday, and then the build-up for Christmas came each day a little higher. Getting out at noon, I remember, was a joyous thing for us kids. We weren't paying attention in class anymore. I mean, it was Christmas right around the corner. We were going to get presents. And I was trying to remember what it was I wanted back in those days, and I just can't remember. I remember we used to get the Sears Wish catalog, and we would go through that with a fine-tooth comb. It was a book that was about that thick. Came out, I don't know, I reckon October, November, end of October, beginning of November. Gave you plenty of time to search that Sears catalog for the presents you wanted for that Christmas. The day that came in the mail was about as important as the day the new car makes came out. It was around October they started bringing out the new following year cars, the brand new models that they were trying to get everybody to buy. That was big for us kids. Now, it was big for us because it was big for our parents, especially those that wanted a new car every year. My dad, whenever he finally got a job that gave him enough money he could afford a new car, he would get one every other year, brand new Ford. The families around our neighborhood, Fords or Chevrolets. Now the rich folk got their Cadillacs and Buicks. Or at least that's the category we put them in, rich folks. But we would have had that catalog in our grubby little mitts for weeks before Christmas. Just going through it. Pages probably got sticky from our fingers and all the candy we were eating while we were looking through it. I really don't remember, though, anything. I remember I always asked for a BB gun, never got a BB gun till I bought one myself when I got old enough. I bought one from from excuse me. I bought one for me and for my son. Mine's out here in the outhouse. My son's is in there in my closet because he can't have a gun around the house. But I do remember getting Mattel, the 6-shooters. They were the Fanner. I don't know if anybody remembers the Fanner guns that they put out. They had little, I can't even remember what you call that now. But you could, it had such a fat lever there that you could just hit it like that, like you saw them do on TV. I mean, I don't know that anybody in the real West ever did that. But I got a set of two Mattel fanners, the ones that shot the plastic bullets. With the genuine cowhide holsters that sat on each side and the belt that held them that was thick, just buckled up just like they did on TV. That's a nice, nice set of holsters. I wish I had them now because they were such good quality. They could have held an actual pistol in them. I don't know what happened to them. I guess once I reached a certain age, my dad, like everything else, he thought, you're no longer a child. You don't need childish things. And he'd throw them out. But every time I'd go out and play cowboys and Indians with the folks around the neighborhood, I'd put those plastic bullets in there and I'd be banging away like everybody else, and those little plastic bullets would go through the gun and land out in the grass somewhere, and I'd have to stop and look for them. Everybody got perturbed at me because I was always looking for those plastic bullets so I could put them back in. I was proud of those. But they got very impatient with me and didn't want to play with me because I had to stop playing and find those bullets. Oh, that was such a beautiful set of guns and holsters. And it had the loops in the back for, it was for extra ammunition. And you had those caps put on the back that would go bang and the bullet would fly out. I mean, it was like as close to a gun as you could get for a kid. But the only real gift that sets itself apart from all the others for all those years I was a kid is that quiver. I was a big fan of Robin Hood and anybody who shot a bow and arrow. And I always had a bow in my hand and arrows in a makeshift quiver. And under the tree one year I found, I think I've told this story before, what I knew was a quiver. And I picked it up and I looked at my dad and I said, thanks for my quiver, Dad. I know this is what I want. Can I go ahead and open it now? He said, that's a Christmas present, son. You'll have to wait till Christmas. I said, but I know what it is. I could be using it right now. Put it back under the tree, boy. You gotta wait. So I'd frown and put it back under the tree. Finally, Christmas showed up, and I said, I can open it now. I want it to be the first one. He said, okay, open up. I took off all that wrapping paper, and I had newspapers shaped like a quiver. And it was just newspapers. I mean, it felt the same. And I looked at him and I said, what happened to my quiver? He said, what quiver, son? That's your present. I said, I had a quiver in this. I know I did. He just looked at me and laughed and reached behind his chair and handed me my quiver. He had, that night when I had said that, he had very delicately taken apart all that wrapping paper, put the quiver away, and folded newspaper so compact and in such a way that it was just like that quiver. And I had no idea that he had changed that out. The look on my face, whenever I opened that up, I think was his best Christmas present of all. And from that time on, we tried to fool each other with Christmas presents. And in the family, that was, for the longest time, they were called quivers because that was. He could wrap a present, I'll tell you what. And to make it a surprise package, he was the best at that. But getting back to us getting out of school at 12 o'clock on a Thursday, the week prior to Christmas, that was some big excitement, boy. On Wednesday, we were tired as we could be of listening, but we still listened. But on Thursday, we kept saying, why can't we just leave now? Why can't we just leave now? Sorry, children, you got to wait till noon. We weren't paying attention. We were too excited about getting out of school early and having 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's. The excitement was almost as much as June when we got out for summer. I guess it was because we knew that in a week's time we'd be unwrapping Christmas presents. I don't know. Don't remember a whole lot about that. I guess the excitement was such that it wiped out a lot of the intricate memories. But I remember us when that bell rang at noon. We were told to slow down, but we hit that door, feet slapping the ground. Bam, bam, bam. We were gone. Out the door and through the schoolyard and out the gate. And we were free. It kind of, if you've ever seen the movie Hard Day's Night, when they got out of that place and yelled, we're free, that's kind of the way we felt as kids. For my family, we'd be going to Georgia to celebrate with the rest of the family that went to Georgia. Which would be my grandmother, my granddad, Clyde, his oldest brother, Robert, and his family. There's a lot of people there. And I've talked about putting my great grandmother's silk stockings on on the mantelpiece, which reached down to the floor, and Clyde had a tub under his because there was a hole in the foot of his stocking, and he just knew that Santa was going to be putting stuff in there and wondering why it never filled up because it would all be falling into the tub below, going through the hole in the stocking. I guess we thought Santa was stupid. And the fire was always roaring in the fireplace. We never could understand how he could get down that chimney and through the fire without burning himself. And the parents staying up so daggum late. We'd be laying in those old feather beds in the back room just talking to each other and telling, why don't they go to sleep so Santa can show up? And that one night when they finally went to bed, it must have been after midnight. Had to have been after midnight. And we went in there because Clyde had a watch with a radium dial, which means it glowed in the dark all the time. And we went under the tree searching for packages with his radium dial light, trying to read the names on the packages. We always slept in the same feather bed. Those things, you jump into them and woof, the feathers would all fly up, not out of the encasement, but the encasement would come up around us like that. We'd be on the bare board at the bottom, and the feathers would be all around us. Hi. Y'all are probably tired of this. I didn't really have anything to say. I just wanted to look back, laugh at myself and the antics, and share a pipe and a new tobacco. New to this pipe, at least. And hope that y'all had this long to sit with me and just kind of reminisce and think about Christmases past. Okay, that's enough from me. Y'all take care. If I don't get back on here again, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy yourselves, folks. That's what it's all meant to be. Enjoy your children if you have children, because that's what makes Christmas really special. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Till the next time. Bye-bye.